today's Thursday. I leave Sunday. I'm going to be wrapping up 4 weeks of being here. And I just came on a final bird walk through the jungle. And I said to my friend I'm walking with, I want to see the male mannequin bird do a dance for the female. And we heard this song, bird song, that was very disco-esque. So we were just kind of having like a dance break. And then we were like, let's go find the bird making that sound. And he spotted them, and we got to see them having the dance ritual. And I literally think my entire life is made. Like, I cannot think of anything that would have made me happier in the whole world. I feel like the luckiest human being that's ever existed on the planet. And I just had to capture the moment of just like bird bliss. Can you all believe this is real life? This is real life. At some point, I'm going to make everyone that watches me on YouTube care about birds. It's happening. The way in which we practice rituals prepares us for when it's the big moment. Because the main guy won the female mannequin's heart. But the other bird got to practice the ritual, and so eventually he's gonna go do that beautiful dance with another youngin', and he's gonna win the bird's heart. And it's an example of like, the more we show up to practice, the more we're prepared when the real world is asking us to do the things that we need to do. This is like an embodiment bird meditation enlightenment moment. I cannot believe I'm actually here in real life. Oh my golly McMolly, it's all happening. I was telling a friend here that, you know, I'm working towards my dream life of being able to spend every January here. And he was like, you know that you just spent all of January here. And it just, you know, for a girl who lives in just like presence and awareness and gratitude, and I just felt so thankful for them saying that, because I was like, oh my God, I am living my dream life. Like, I know I've been saying I'm living my best life, and I'm showing up for my dreams, but I'm like actually living my dream life. And I don't know, it just felt like a really beautiful reflection for my friend to be like, you know, you're already doing that. I'm living my dream life. I want you all to live your dream lives. What is your dream life? Do you even know? And what can you do to get there? What kind of steps can you take? And are there sacrifices that need to be made for that? Or choices that need to be made for that? Action steps. Let's bask in this light. I was having a conversation with a friend about me spending more time here. And she said that she and another friend of ours was having a conversation about, wow, how nice must it be to be that free, to be able to just say, okay, I'm going to spend the whole month of January in Costa Rica. And she was just saying, we were all admiring that sense of freedom, and we love that you're tapping into it because you have it. And it made me realize, not only did I work really hard to get to the position I'm in right now, I sacrificed a lot. And now this is a new thing for me to actually say out loud, because I've never wanted to say that taking care of Steve was a sacrifice. But I sacrificed my career. I sacrificed everything. I quit my entire life to then take care of him. I sacrificed my credit because I didn't have any money coming in or out, wasn't paying my student loans, and I sacrificed my health, my time, and perhaps the biggest of them all was, at one point, I thought I wanted children. And I would have been happy being a mom. I would have been a great mom. But I could not imagine the idea that there was any chance I could have a kid with ALS. And Steve's ALS was weird, and also I had to allow myself to see the truth. I was full-time caregiver for Steve. There was no help other than the occasional begging of family or friends to come help, and a nurse to come help me bathe him and do labs once a week. Like, it was all me. There's no way I could have done that and take care of a kid. I would have dropped all of the balls and gone even a little more crazy than I already went. And so that was a sacrifice that I made. I didn't have kids. And then I also somehow had this intuitive knowing that I wasn't just about to leave after Steve passed away and go find my next partner and have a baby. And now I'm 40, and it's not that it's impossible, but it's like I actually now no longer have any interest in having children because of said freedom. And because I just feel called to different directions in life now. And I think the more I have allowed myself to just say out loud, there was a lot of sacrifices that I've made throughout my life to be where I'm at today. And then, I went and bought a house with a friend, and it was a lovely way in which I could build my credit. I worked my butt off in order to get a bunch of hours so my license process could be done quickly, and I made money in that working my butt off. And then I worked my butt off to sell that house and put every ounce of energy I had and sacrificed a lot of fun, a lot of invites, and a lot of hiking and a lot of things that I love to do in order to be in this position where I sold my house, I made some money, I made money while working really hard. And it just reminds me that, like, saying no allows you to say yes to things. So saying no to a lot of things is why I'm now able to say yes to extending my trip. And all of those sacrifices that I have made over the last 15 years has led me to be in this place. This didn't just happen. This didn't just fall at my feet. I've worked really hard to be here. And that's actually a really good feeling because it helps you feel more confident in yourself of saying, hey, I'm here because I worked really hard to be here. How cool is that? And I gave up a lot in order to be in the position I'm in today. And it's a really, really beautiful thing that the universe has been like, hey girl, guess what? I'm going to show you that all the sacrifices you've made are worth it, and that's why you're here today. And it makes me think about sacrifice differently. I think about, there is this story I heard where there was an indigenous tribe in Iceland, Greenland, one of the lands, and they were running out of food. And they, the head of the tribe went to the ocean and had a meeting with the dolphins. And he said, hey, my people are going to starve. We're out of food. The dolphins all went under the water and came back out. And one dolphin came back out and said, we've decided that I'm going to sacrifice myself for the better of the whole, which is your tribe surviving. It makes me think about plants. When there's something going on with a house plant, they'll sacrifice, a leaf will sacrifice itself and will give all of itself to help the rest of the leaves of the plant to survive. So it just wants the collective to survive. And it makes me think about the way in which, the pace in which the world is going. We need to make some sacrifices. It's something that I've had to have a lot of conversations within myself about because, we all love convenience. And some of those conveniences are hurting the world a lot. Caregiving days, one of the things that I ended up deciding as a sacrifice for the planet, because it was a conversation that Steve and I had, was ordering out, which was really hard to do as a caregiver because some days I just wanted someone to cook for me. But when you order out, it just comes with all this plastic and all this carry away, and it just felt very wasteful when I had this beautiful community-supported agriculture bin delivered to my house every week with just like fresh, local, organic foods. And it was a sacrifice to be able to say, I don't need somebody to bring me this meal in all of these cartons and containers that can't actually be recycled when I have food and I can cook myself. And it's the simple things like that I feel like if we all started to actually be a little bit more mindful about the sacrifices that we could be making, small ones, how much that would actually collectively to make things a little bit better. Because, if anything, this trip has taught me, it's that sacrifice comes with rewards. It may not come right away. It's 2025. I married Steve in 2011, and I made the decision to walk away from everything. Even some friends, because they were like, girl, you've known this man for 6 months, 4 months. Why are you marrying him? He's going to be really sick. Like, do you know what you're doing? This is stupid. And I was like, I'm sorry, if you can't see the vision, bye. And I sacrificed everything for love and for something that I just felt called to do, and I'm being rewarded for it now. One thing I know for sure in this topic is that I am not willing to sacrifice my time or my attention or my energy for things outside of my goals or dreams much anymore. And I think something that I just was very abundantly shown is that our energy that we have as humans is, there's a bug on me. The energy we have for our days is limited. And so there's a lot of things that I will have to say no to that will feel kind of like a sacrifice, but it's also so that I'm not sacrificing what matters most to me, which is this goal that I'm pursuing right now. And, you know, I think when you're called to something, you realize that there's a lot of sacrifices that will need to be made so that you're not sacrificing the dream. And I guess this is just another way of being like, prioritize and focus. But anything that you say yes to means you're saying no to a lot of things. And then when you get to say no to some things, it means you're saying yes to your most important thing. So just keep that in mind when it comes to like the sacrifices we make as humans, because sometimes I might sacrifice a more social life in order to stay in my energy and my focus. Or there may be days that I sacrifice those energy and focus to have some social skills or social life, social skills. I mean, let's just be for real. I'm sacrificing looking cool in everyone's eyes right now because I'm sitting on the beach taking a picture of taking a video of myself with a big old tripod where it's holding my phone. So like, you know, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make because making content is something that I feel is part of my purpose, and it's felt that way since I met Steve. It's been such a there's been such a call. There's so many times where I want to be like, no, I don't want to do it. So sometimes I have to sacrifice my comfort because I just want to be like in a little cocoon. And then there's other times where I do want to be seen, and it's a balance. But what this really is sacrificing I'm a cool girl walking along the beach with to I am the girl who's going to set my tripod up and film myself probably multiple times a week. And you're going to see me a lot, and you're going to be like, that girl does not care what people think about her. I hope that's what people think. Sometimes getting to the dream places that you want to be in requires some sacrifices. And I hope that you can learn what is worthy of sacrificing and what is not, and you can trust your intuition about it. I think the reason I was so hesitant to call what I did with Steve a sacrifice was because it was a choice. And we forget that choice and sacrifice go hand in hand. I chose to give everything up to take care of Steve. And now that choice is coming back around to reward me. So just don't forget, sacrifice and choice go hand in hand.